Hi, I'm Alex Paul with Open Systems Media and Embedded Computing, and I'm here at the Things Conference in Amsterdam with Luca Cipriani from Arduino, which is also a large name in crowdsourced organization, isn't it?
Hi, yes it is, especially for our open source hardware and software, yes.
I mean, because, well, Arduino arguably started it. I mean, there were kits before, there were development efforts before Arduino, but Arduino enabled a lot of things.
Yeah, we call it like a democratization of IoT. So we want to simplify everything, and also going to speak about that later on today. But our goal is really to make it simple for novice users and make it fast for professionals.
So now, where does Arduino and LoRa overlap? Where are you using it? Or are you using it in everything? How are you planning to use it? What application spaces? All of that.
So what we found is that LoRa obviously is super interesting, and from an engineer's perspective, is really nice. But the whole specification are more than 100 pages. So if you want to start getting something useful immediately in a couple of minutes, it's extremely hard to get there immediately. So we started building a set of tools, cloud tools, and also hardware to simplify this process and have everything working in less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes, that's pretty impressive.
Exactly. So you can basically have your own gateway on the desk, you plug it up, you connect and do everything from a web interface, then you add another node, and from the web interface, again, you can send LoRa device data really from your browser, so it's super easy.
Well, and this ties into Arduino's cloud effort as well, doesn't it?
Yes, we are also going to release the new Arduino IoT Cloud the 5th of February, so really next week. And the LoRa devices are going to be the first citizens of those new IoT Cloud interfaces. Because we have found basically there are so many LoRa devices out there, and also they are already sending data. The community is really large, so we want to also let the user play with their data, because the whole IoT is not just about sending data, but also the device receiving data and actually activate your actuators in the field. That's the big revolution. Now, I think a lot of IoT players are focusing maybe a bit too much on gathering data, but now we have to, make algorithm on top of it and then play with them.
Well, I must admit, I do find the whole concept of being able to crowdsource big data as a very appealing one, because it allows organizations and groups to compete with the big boys.
Yeah, that's true. And I think also from a privacy perspective and to collaborate, to have different teams that have to collaborate each other, I think LoRa is really the right protocol to use, because it's relatively simple from an engineer point of view, even if difficult to get started with. And it's super interoperable between different providers. So that's the key point of the LoRa protocol.
Well, and I've been asking people about applications the whole day. And one of the things I'd ask you, because you see all of them, are there any interesting applications that you've seen that like, wow, I didn't think of that before, or boy, they're doing something interesting there?
Yes, there are some of them that are super interesting. I think especially in places really super remote, like on ships or in the North Pole, you can really have something that is useful and sending data about the status of super critical things like plants or even research labs that are super remote. They are using LoRa all the time. It's super interesting for us.
I can imagine. So are there things that you see on the horizon that will be enabled by LoRa?
I think the next big thing is exactly to play directly in the field. So again, not just gathering data, but using the data from the network servers, or more in general from the whole local network of the gateway, sending data back to the devices and activate anything. It can be really anything. Very nice.
Now, Luca, they can go to Arduino.com, of course, to get information. Do you have a deep dive page for the cloud, or is...
Yes, there is this new create.arduino.cc webpage where basically people can get started with playing with LoRa devices directly, or also code in the cloud and deploy on their devices. So that's the place to get started with.
Very nice. Luca, thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm really glad you stopped by.
Thank you too. Bye-bye.